There is a kind of woman whose presence melts a man's defenses without her saying a word. A woman whose softness makes him feel safe, understood, and seen. When you learn how to embody that soft energy, he doesn't just want you, he chooses a future with you. Soft energy is not weakness. It is the highest form of feminine strength. It is the calm that quiets his mind, the warmth that soothes his heart, and the presence that makes him feel like he has finally found home. When a man encounters a woman who carries gentle power, his soul recognizes her, long before his mind understands why. He feels emotionally safe, and emotional safety is the foundation on which every true commitment, including marriage, is built. Soft energy is what makes a man think, I can trust her with my heart, I can trust her with my life, I can trust her with my future. It is the invisible magnet that pulls him into a deeper level of connection, one where protection, loyalty, and devotion arise naturally. The power of soft energy begins with emotional mastery. A woman who understands her emotions does not allow storms to control her voice or reactions. She knows how to breathe through conflict, how to listen before responding, and how to speak in a way that brings clarity instead of chaos. This emotional steadiness makes a man feel safe enough to open up. Men fear being judged, misunderstood, or dismissed. But a woman with soft energy gives him the freedom to express himself without shrinking. When he feels understood instead of attacked, welcomed instead of rejected, he begins to see her not just as a partner, but as the one person who truly gets him. That kind of connection plants the seed of marriage in his mind. Soft energy becomes magnetic when it flows from self-love. A woman who loves herself radiates a calm confidence that doesn't need validation. She doesn't chase, cling, or beg for attention. Her presence alone feels complete. She carries herself with a softness that says, I know who I am, and this energy makes a man feel honored to be part of her life. When a woman lives with gentle self-respect, a man automatically sees her as someone he wants to protect, cherish, and commit to. Her softness doesn't come from insecurity. It comes from inner peace. And inner peace is the most attractive quality a woman can offer. There is something irresistible about a woman who listens, not to reply, not to control, not to win, but to understand. This kind of listening makes a man feel valued in a world that often expects him to stay strong and silent. When he speaks and she truly hears him, something shifts inside him. He begins to trust her with his fears, his dreams, his worries, his truths. This emotional transparency is rare for men, yet soft energy opens the door effortlessly. She doesn't force him to open up. Her presence makes it possible. And once a man experiences emotional safety with a woman, he will never forget it. He will never risk losing it. That is when marriage stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like the natural next step. Soft energy is also the way she moves. Slow, graceful, intentional. She doesn't rush life or force outcomes. She allows things to unfold with faith instead of fear. This patience makes a man breathe easier. He doesn't feel like he's failing her or running out of time. He feels accepted where he is, while also inspired to grow. A woman who is calm in her movements teaches him to slow down and be present. She creates an atmosphere where love can flourish without pressure. Her gentleness becomes the sanctuary where his heart feels safe to rest. Men choose marriage when they feel emotionally at peace, and soft energy gives him that peace effortlessly. Soft energy is not about always being sweet. It is about being grounded. A woman with grounded femininity can hold her boundaries without harshness. She can say no without raising her voice, and she can express her needs without demanding or attacking. This combination of firmness and softness shows a man that she is emotionally mature enough for a stable future. She won't weaponize love. She won't manipulate his emotions. She won't use silence as punishment. Instead, she communicates like a woman who understands her worth. And when a man sees that a woman can love with softness, yet stand with strength, he sees a future that feels balanced, healthy, and secure. One of the most captivating aspects of soft energy is the gentle mystery it carries. A woman with soft energy doesn't reveal everything at once. She shares herself in layers, slowly, deeply, intentionally. This creates a kind of emotional curiosity in a man. He wants to know more about her heart, her thoughts, her spirit. Every conversation with her feels meaningful. Every moment feels special. He doesn't get addicted to drama. He gets addicted to her presence. Her softness draws him in, but her depth keeps him there. This combination makes him imagine the lifetime of discovering her, a future where he can grow beside her, love her, and learn her day by day. Soft energy also has the power to elevate a man. When a woman sees the greatness in him, when she believes in his potential, when she supports his vision with kindness instead of pressure, she awakens his desire to become his best self. Men move toward the women who inspire them, not the women who correct them. Soft energy inspires. It doesn't belittle. It doesn't criticize with harshness. It guides with warmth and encouragement. A man who feels uplifted by a woman will always feel drawn toward her, and that emotional pull often leads him toward commitment. He wants to build a life with the woman who makes him feel powerful, without making him feel pressured. Soft energy has the strength to heal. When a man has been hurt, disappointed, or misunderstood in past relationships, he often carries emotional scars. A woman with gentle energy offers a safe space for him to release those burdens without fear. She doesn't judge his vulnerability. She honors it. Her presence becomes a soft landing place for his wounds, not to fix him, but to remind him that love can still feel safe. This kind of healing creates a bond stronger than physical attraction, stronger than infatuation. It creates loyalty. A man stays where he feels emotionally renewed, not drained, and marriage becomes the natural expression of that healing connection. Soft energy also shows up in silence, the kind of silence that feels comforting, not cold. When a woman can sit with a man without needing to fill every moment with words, she brings peace into the space between them. She doesn't rush conversations or demand constant validation. Her quietness feels like safety, not distance. Men crave this kind of silence more than they admit. It is in that softness that he feels the depth of her presence. He realizes that being around her feels like rest for his soul, and the woman who becomes his rest becomes the woman he chooses to spend forever with. Soft energy flourishes when a woman is anchored in feminine presence. This presence is felt in the way she breathes, in the way she makes eye contact, in the way she smiles with sincerity. She doesn't force attention. She attracts it effortlessly. Her presence captures him without overwhelming him. It invites him into deeper connection without demanding it. Feminine presence is magnetic, and a man cannot forget a woman who carries it. He feels her even when she's not in the room. He cannot shake the memory of her softness. That is the kind of woman men marry. A woman's soft energy becomes irresistible when she knows how to detach without losing her gentleness. She doesn't force relationships. She doesn't beg for love. And she doesn't chase what isn't aligned. Her detachment is calm, loving, and graceful. She lets a man come to her willingly. This makes him feel safe to step toward her, not out of obligation, but out of choice. Men marry women they choose freely, not women who pressure them. Soft detachment gives him the emotional space he needs to realize her value. And in that space he often discovers that she is the woman he cannot replace. Soft energy thrives through gratitude and appreciation. When a woman appreciates the little things, acknowledges effort, and celebrates growth, she becomes emotionally rewarding to be around. Men choose the woman who makes them feel valued, not the woman who makes them feel inadequate. Appreciation softens a man's heart and strengthens his desire to commit. It makes him want to give more, love more, and build more. Gratitude opens the door to emotional intimacy, and emotional intimacy opens the door to marriage. But the deepest form of soft energy is spiritual softness, the energy that flows from faith, inner harmony, and emotional peace. A woman who is spiritually aligned carries an aura that feels holy, calming, and pure. Her presence feels like a blessing. Her love feels healing, and her energy feels safe. A man senses that she is rare, and rarity invites commitment. Spiritual softness creates a connection that lasts beyond attraction, beyond passion, beyond time. Soft energy is not about being passive or quiet. It is about being peaceful, grounded, emotionally intelligent, and spiritually aligned. It is the energy that makes a man feel safe, seen, supported, and inspired. When a man feels safe, he opens. When he opens, he connects. When he connects, he bonds. And when he bonds, he chooses marriage. Soft energy doesn't chase marriage. It attracts it effortlessly. And when you embody it, he won't just love you. He will choose you for life. Soft energy makes a man feel emotionally safe, because it allows him to relax into his true self without fear of judgment. When you carry a calm presence, he feels like he can breathe around you. He doesn't have to pretend to be strong all the time, nor does he feel the need to hide his weaknesses. Your softness becomes the quiet space where he can place his deepest truths without worrying about rejection. This freedom is rare for men, and when he experiences it, he treasures it deeply. He feels seen, valued, and understood, and emotional safety becomes the foundation for commitment. Your softness tells him that love doesn't have to be a battlefield, it can be a home. It shows him that he can trust you with the most fragile parts of his heart, and trust is what makes him begin to consider forever with you. A calm and gentle presence eases his internal fears and makes him imagine a peaceful future with you. When your energy is soft, he feels a harmony that he cannot find in chaos-driven relationships. He begins to see you as someone he can grow old with, someone who brings emotional clarity instead of confusion. Your gentle responses soothe his stress and quiet his inner storms. He starts to associate you with comfort, balance, and healing. Every time he thinks of you, he remembers how easy it felt to be himself in your presence. This emotional ease becomes addictive. It makes him wonder what life would feel like waking up beside you every day. He starts imagining a shared life filled with calmness, understanding, and stability. And in that vision, marriage becomes a natural extension of the peace you bring. When you respond with emotional maturity instead of reacting impulsively, he begins to see you as a woman meant for a lifetime. Emotional maturity is rare and precious. It shows him that you handle challenges with grace, not chaos. Instead of escalating situations, you bring clarity. Instead of attacking, you communicate. Instead of shutting down, you stay centered. He feels safe knowing that you won't turn small misunderstandings into storms. This steadiness makes him realize that life with you would be stable, not shaky. Your ability to think before you speak shows him that you care about the connection, not being right. Emotional maturity becomes a quiet signal that you are ready for deeper commitment. And when a man sees consistency, wisdom, and self-control in a woman, he begins to imagine her as his partner, not just for a moment, but for forever. Softness in your communication makes him feel deeply understood and valued. When you speak gently, even during difficult moments, he feels respected instead of attacked. Your tone becomes a soothing bridge between two hearts instead of a wall that divides them. He notices how your words land lightly yet meaningfully. You don't belittle him. You uplift him. You don't shame him. You guide him. This creates an emotional safety he rarely experiences. Your tenderness in conversations makes him want to share more, reveal more, and connect more deeply. Your softness becomes a mirror, reflecting the best version of himself. And the more understood he feels, the more loyal he becomes. A man stays where he feels emotionally seen, and when your words make him feel valued, he begins thinking about committing to that feeling for life. Your feminine calmness becomes a sanctuary where his spirit feels at rest. In a world that demands strength from him every minute, your presence becomes the one place where he can soften. When you move with serenity, he feels drawn into your emotional warmth. Your energy tells him that love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. Your calmness creates a space where his burdens feel lighter and his heart feels supported. He feels more connected, more present, and more grounded when he's with you. This sense of inner peace becomes irresistible. It makes him want to protect you, nurture you, and stay close to you. He begins to imagine a life where he always has access to that peace, a home where he can return after fighting the world. Your calmness becomes a reason for him to choose forever. Gentle mystery and feminine softness create a magnetic pull that draws him into deeper emotional connection. When you reveal yourself slowly, he becomes captivated by the layers of your spirit. Your softness adds warmth to the mystery, making him feel safe while remaining deeply intrigued. Every interaction feels meaningful, leaving him wanting more of your presence and your energy. You become the woman he thinks about when he wakes up, the woman he remembers at night, the woman he wants to understand on a soul level. He feels excitement mixed with comfort, a rare combination that binds him emotionally. This gentle allure makes him imagine building a life where he gets to keep discovering you every day. Your mystery keeps him curious, and your softness keeps him committed. Together, they create the perfect environment for marriage to enter his mind naturally. When your energy encourages his growth, instead of pressuring him, he feels empowered rather than suffocated. Soft energy uplifts him without demanding perfection. You believe in his abilities, support his dreams, and acknowledge his progress. This makes him feel capable and confident. A man naturally gravitates toward a woman who makes him feel better about himself. You don't push him, you inspire him. You don't control his pace, you encourage his steps. This makes him want to become a better man, not because he has to, but because he wants to. He begins to see you as the woman who elevates him, the partner who expands his life. And when a man associates you with his growth, he imagines you next to him in every chapter of his future. That future often includes marriage. Soft detachment rooted in self-respect allows him to move toward commitment freely and wholeheartedly. When you don't cling or force connection, he feels emotionally safe rather than trapped. Your detachment shows that you have self-worth and trust in your value. You don't chase, you allow. You don't beg, you embody. This calm confidence creates room for him to step toward you without fear. He feels honored, not pressured. He feels drawn, not pushed. The space you give him becomes a space where he realizes your importance. And in that realization, he understands that losing you would be losing something rare. Your soft detachment makes him choose you out of desire, not duty. And men only choose marriage when they feel truly free to do so.